Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is River Lauren. Welcome back to Icarus. It is exciting to be back. I've been chomping at the bit. Full disclosure, I was in game for about 5 minutes and then had a very big distraction in the background, and so I had to camp out momentarily and restart. So you didn't really miss anything. All you really missed was me hitting level 9 and killing a pig. So that was about it. That being said, I do want to take a moment and I want to thank everybody for their response to my video. Incredibly heartening. Just seeing the comments and the views and the likes and subscriptions. I seen 4 new subscriptions. To all of you who have watched me for the first time and have subscribed to see what the heck I'm up to here. Thank you very, very much. It means an absolute ton to me. And to be perfectly honest, it gave me a lot of motivation to get back in and carry on. Finding out that Icarus is going to be coming out for PlayStation and Xbox later on this year was something completely surprising to me. So apparently in less than a week that's going to be happening. So Michael Stanley, thank you very much for letting me know that. No, actually, sorry, it wasn't Michael Stanley. That was Blind Shooter. Really appreciate it, man. I appreciate the heads up. To everybody who left me comments, thank you very much. For everybody who subscribed, thank you very, very much. And please feel free, hopefully after this episode, which we were hoping won't be quite as clunky as the first one, you will feel more comfortable sharing and letting any friends you have out there know about it. So that being said, enough of the schmoozing. Let's go ahead and play some more. We've got some food. We've got some oxide. We've got a second drying rack built that we've put some things into. So that's very, very good. A little bit more storage. As I explained, a lot of people when they play, they may come in and they may put the points into here. Once you hit 10th level, in my opinion, you almost never use these. And if you do, you can get them from quests and everything else like that. So I don't bother putting my points into there. I do want to go get some more water. The immediate goal here is to get is to get that 10th level. And to get that 10th level, and then once we hit 10th level, then we'll be getting some benches and doing some upgrading to quality of life stuff, some oxygen bags, some water bottles, some things like that, so we won't have to be running around back and forth here. And ooh. All right. We are actually not going to go back to the house for this storm. These things can be really, really ugly. When you see that dark yellow, that's what's referred to as a Category 5. And they will absolutely decimate my little wood shit shack. So we're going to head up to the cave. Because it will most assuredly be it will most assuredly be much safer. We're not going to go ahead and skin him so we don't attract any friends. Let's go ahead and drop this, skin and get that XP. All right. Let's go back here where it's a little quieter. One of the things that I like to do, let's go ahead and take a bandage to get rid of that wound. One of the things I like to do with these really, really nasty storms like this is I like to get to the back of the cave as far away from the trees and stuff like that as I can. So when that red part hits, we lose as few of those trees as we possibly can. Like I said, I really like to try and maintain the environment around where we're living and everything. So luckily, we have a little bit of extra time here, and we have some talent points to spend. So it looks like we got 6 talent points to spend. What we've done so far with our talent points is we've spent them in hunting. We've gone down to see health bars, which is super, super important. I think one of the other things that we did is we went into combat and we threw just a couple of points into reinforced blades, which makes our knives stronger. Knives are you're going to rely on them a lot, and you use them a lot for gathering bone, for skinning, for fighting, for everything. So it's just the less you have to repair them, the less they break on you, the better. 2 solo points. So we're actually going to go down and put 1 point into here, 2 points. We're going to work our way down this way on that. Let's go back to talents. I'm going to come in over to here, and I'm going to spend 3 of these points. If you watched the first video, then you'll know how much you struggle with stamina when you first come into the game. So having that stamina regen is incredibly important, especially if you're trying to gather rock or wood, or you're trying to run for your life. That's really, really important. So we're going to put some points down into there. We're going to put 2 points into here. We're going to put a point into there. And then when we hit 10th level, we'll put another point into here. I really like, at the beginning, putting a couple of points into stoking the flames so that when we make our furnace for melting iron, then it'll be that much faster. Sitting there waiting for your iron to smelt is something that is a big, big pain in the butt. Let's go ahead and we're going to destroy this. This is what it looks like without a torch. This is why you don't want to be stuck in a cave without one. And we'll just make ourselves a fresh one. Oh, that storm's just howling out there. I can't remember if we gathered any iron or not. From the first episode, I don't think that we did. I think we're probably going to wait before we start gathering all this stuff. At level 10, we're going to come into tier 2, and we're going to create the iron pick. So right now, versus what we're using right now, the stone pick actually has a yield of 100. The iron pick has a yield of, I think, 125. So it means you're going to be gathering 25% more when you're picking with that iron. So I want to make sure that we mine the absolute minimum to be able to create our anvil. And then I want to make sure that we have enough to create the pick. And then that's it. And then we'll come back here. We'll mine up the rest of the iron in the cave, and then we'll create everything else that we want to create then. So I think we're okay from... let's stay out here, actually. Let's not be impatient. Once we hear that storm blow through, normally, if you look in the top right corner, you're going to see like a darker green and a lighter green beside the storm. Normally, with all other storms, when it's in the red is when you have to worry about trees falling. But with these dark brown Tier 5 storms, or Category 5 storms, the trees can come down in the dark green as well. So I think we're doing okay here. Everything's repaired. We got some salt going on, so that's good. Let's turn off this torch. Oh, look at these guys. Look at these so-and-sos. Okay, we got another wound. Let's bandage that. Let's go ahead and eat some food. Let's go over here and pick this up. That moa was coming for it. Drop, grab, skin. Oh, yes, that's good. It looks like we got some stringy meat when we skin that, and that makes life really good. I think the hardest part that I'm going to have, to be perfectly honest, when I'm trying to show you guys something is remember what I've showed you in previous videos or not. So if there's some redundancy there, just make sure you cut me a little bit of slack. Because, of course, the intention is to make sure that you know all the good stuff. Oh, nope. Ah. Well, I didn't want to level quite that quickly, but we'll take it. Level 10! This is where life changes for us, so there's going to be lots to do, so bear with me. We're going to come in and spend those 2 points and put that extra point into here, so that's a good thing. And then we're going to come over to here. Oh, I hear a bear. There's so many noises. We are going to come over into this tree here, and we're going to I think I want to go into weight capacity. Ultimately, I want to get in and unlock this. Sticks are a huge part of the game because you can create tree sap out of them. And tree sap's a big deal. So, for a lot of different things later on when we're crafting. Let's just kill him and get it over with, shall we? Ah, he's coming! Of course, I forgot I have cable on. So it's a good thing we have some food buffs, because otherwise... And remember, we're just playing the Olay game. Olay. Olay. Just gonna sidestep. Let him run past. Ay caramba. These guys have a lot of freaking hit points. Alright. Sidestep. Sidestep. Yes! We're going to skin him quickly so that none of the other creatures of the forest come to feast on his flesh. It looks like we're doing okay weight-wise. So I actually want to come down here. And I want to grab some oxide. We're going to need it. Very deliberate picking because we don't want to be out of stamina. Alright. I think I know where there's a sulfur, so we're going to go find ourselves a sulfur here. It's right down near the water filter. Let's go ahead and repair our bow. Repair our dagger just in case. I'm not gonna go. I got some oxide in there right now. We're just gonna leave the other stuff out of there so it doesn't get used up, because we actually want to go ahead and create an oxidizer. It looks like we have that sulfur right over here. Let's grab that as quickly as we can. What are we getting rid of? Let's get rid of that. All right, let's get the heck out of here. Of course, we have a moa right near our stairs. I promise you that I will be dealing with this sooner rather than later. Okay, well, looks like we freed up some space. Let's go ahead and skin. We're gonna let him go. Exciting news today about the update for week 220, the Mendel update. Content update. Very, very, very cool. Lots and lots of stuff that I haven't had an opportunity to digest, so I don't want to speak a ton about it. I've gone over some of the basics. If you haven't looked into it, I recommend that you go to Steam, where they have the Icarus notes, or else you can actually go to their Discord as well, where they'll have updates on it, just to get a real good handle on what's going on. So animal husbandry is going to really become a thing. Oh, look at this. Floors are all good. So now we're going to actually be able to breed traits into our mounts and stuff. They're all going to have different abilities because of the patch. It's going to be exciting. I'm not going to have mounts for a little bit here, so I'm not going to worry about it. Probably the next episode is when we'll... Nope. 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 Oh, our place did okay. We didn't take a ton of damage. Let's go ahead and get that stringy meat on there. Let's get the bacon on there. I think we'll dry the T-bone. Can we repair this? Yes, we do have a couple of pieces of wood. Well, it looks like we had a bit of a fire over here. I wonder when the hell that happened. I don't know if that happened in the first episode or not either. I should have watched it again. All right, so first things first, what do we have for stone? We do not have a lot for stone. Damn it. I cannot wait until we have our creature deterrents up. This is such a pain in the butt to consistently have to deal with these guys. But it is what it is. All right. The good news is that we're going to be using all of these resources. There is no doubt about it. Let's go ahead and throw some more bacon in there. We really need to go and get some water. We're very close to not having to worry about that again. But we'll show you what's going on as soon as I can get out of having to kill all these guys over and over. But I'll never be sad about getting more bacon in real life or in Icarus. All right. How we doing over here? Okay, let's just go get that. Oh my God, another pig. Just stop it. Okay, I guess there can be such a thing as too much bacon. Get out of my way. All right. So I can see right off that we don't have enough stone. I was negligent there. I should have been more prepared. That's okay. Let's go here, and we need to collect 80 stone. I will 100% mine this entire rock. I won't be leaving it here. I'm going to show you something, and again, I don't know if I showed it in the first episode or not, so we'll just have to see. So right now we've got three meats. We got 2 dried. You'll see our picking speed. Stringy meat is one of my favorite meats to get. Let's repair. So let's go up here. I know that we had some on the fire pit. Let's grab that stringy meat, sort. And you'll notice that one of the things about stringy meat, if you look down to the bottom of the orange lettering there, you'll see that it says plus 20% melee attack speed. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to eat one of these. And now I want you to pay attention to our pick speed. We are picking 20% faster simply because of that food buff. So I always try to make sure I have some kind of a variant of stringy meat in my inventory to make sure that if I'm chopping or picking, or I think I'm going to go in, and that seems a little loud for me. Let's go into settings. Let's go to sound, audio, and let's go into master volume and bring that. I want to bring that down to about, let's bring it down to 65. Okay, we got lots of wood here. Sorry, lots of rock. Let's see what we need. Actually, let's go up top where it's safe. There we go. Sort. Lots of bacon. We're going to put that in there. We're going to put that in there. Okay, let's go take a look at our tier 2. So the first thing you need access to is a crafting bench. We're going to come in and we're going to get the oxide dissolver, oxygen, water skin, stone furnace, anvil. We're going to do the contact device. We're going to do the dagger. We're going to do the pick. We're going to do the axe. Definitely the sickle. We're going to do this. We're going to do this for sure. We're going to do this for sure. A lot of people are going to wonder about the wood composter, but I'm going to show you why. We're going to do that right away. We're going to do the bowl right away. And we're going to do the textiles bench right away. With the backpack and the medical satchel. We're almost level 11, so we'll be getting some more points there right away, so I'm not too worried. Let's go into crafting, and we need to get some fiber and some wood. So I think we have some fiber here. Sort. I think we have some fiber here. Nope. Okay, and we're gonna go grab a... Actually, let's have a sleep. Do we not have a sleeping bag yet? Well, that's no good. Let's get some sticks, some fur, and some leather. Sort. Let's go ahead and put this on there. And then I think that we can go in and craft a sleeping bag. Beautiful. I thought we had one crafted before. Let's put it here. And set to bind, and let's sleep through the night. Beautiful. Let's just put the rock. We got that going on. Let's take that bacon. Let's put the 2 rock in there, and let's deactivate that. Moa can kiss my buttinsky. I don't like them. Fighting them is a pain in the rear because you got to look up all the time. What do we got here? Oh, a stone. How wonderful. Shite. Okay. I was hoping for a copper or a gold. That would have been nice, you know? One thing about getting higher level in this game, ladies and gentlemen, is that you need copious amounts of gold and copper. Well, you need copious amounts of everything, really, for different things. But gold and copper are really important because you make a lot of electronics. How are we? It's a Kamoy. We're not worried about them. I think it's pronounced Kamoy. All right. Yay, we're excited. Oh, see how much nicer it is with these food buffs? We actually have some stamina and can run places. Now let's go into crafting, and how much do we need? We do need some stone, so let's grab that stone back. Let's go ahead and put that in there. And then we're going to craft the workbench. Oh, very exciting. Takes a little while. Okay. It's one of the reasons why I actually put the floors this way, so when I put stuff down, I can try and line it up and utilize every square inch of space. Now, let's go ahead and put a whole whack load of stuff in there, shall we? Nope, we need the food. Sort. Take all. Dump it into there. Sort. All right, actually, let's go ahead and craft this. And we're going to craft 3 of these. We're going to craft 1 of these. We're going to craft this. All right. We're going to go over here. Da-da-da, very exciting. Let's try and line that up with this. I think that will give us a... And then we're going to put these in here. We're going to put that in there, that in there, and that in there. And voila, ladies and gentlemen. The oxide is being put into a gaseous state and being held by these oxygen bladders that we've sewn up. It is truly a thing of beauty. Let's go ahead and put this in there, put that in there. All right. Now, these are definitely wondrous and life-changing, but they are not very efficient. But the man, for 10th level, they're absolutely amazing. Salt is there. Let's go ahead and put that up there. What else do we don't need the hammer right now. We don't need the fire whacker right now, so let's put that in there. We don't need this right now. Let's go and fill our water bottle up, shall we? Oh, what a beautiful day in Icarus. All right. Actually, let's get a drink ourselves, which is what we did. We did not actually fill up the water skin. There we go. Sort, craft. Let's go ahead and go into here. Ooh, we have another solo point. Let's go ahead and put that into here. Minus 10 water, food, and oxygen consumption. It's a thing of beauty. Let's take a spare oxygen tank, because we never know what we're going to get into when we're out and about. We must be out of charcoal, because I just noticed oh, she's going to start attacking. Oh. Did I mention I hate boas? I think I mentioned that. Now, one more time. Getting rusty. Must play more. All right, let's get back down there one more time. Very, very strange. we do have... Why did my skin... I was hitting the wrong button. Wonderful. Let's just collect some of this stuff here real quick. While we're moving, we're going to need all of it eventually. All right, let's go down here and grab this. Clearly, I have let our food buffs lapse. Oh, we already hit 11, which means I have more skill points and more talent, another talent point. So that's excellent. Frick, another moa. A wolf, a boar. Okay, let's go ahead and create our bowl. So the mortar and pestle is designed for us to combine. It's almost like a workbench, but it does its own number of different things. We're just going to go ahead and place that. And then we're going to take all the bone that we can and put it in there. And we're going to take all the sticks that we can and place it in there. Sort. Okay. And we're going to put some of this sulfur in here. And that. And then I think the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to store that and this in there. And there is a reason. Let's go ahead and put this in there. Activate. I think that actually we're going to have to fiber. Do I have some fiber? I do. Not a lot of it. Crafting. I think we're running low on arrows. Let's put all our spare meat in here right now. We don't need to actually put this in, do it up for drying and that. I don't want to salt my meat because there's a reason for that. And now we're going to go to the mine. And get the iron that I should have got a long time ago. Normally by this level I already have all that stuff. Gather, 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 gather. It's never enough. Okay. Sort. We're going to come in here. We're going to destroy this. We're going to create 2 of these. And again, because of redundancy, let's go ahead and repair all this stuff. I just noticed that we didn't. I don't know what it is about being back and playing this game with you guys, but I am one disorganized motherfucker. Let me tell you, this is unacceptable. Let's fill that. Let's fill that. I need to just slow down. I'm so worried about impressing you guys. Like, I'm carrying 80 stone with me. Like, what the hell do I need 80 stone when I need all the weight available to me to collect frickin' iron? Unbelievable. Let's go back to this cave. Let's grab the iron that we need and get some shit done. Hey, let's do that. How's that sound? Sounds awesome to me. So we're gonna need about like 110 iron. Let's clear the thing out before we... Alright, great. We don't have to. They haven't come back. Wonderful. We've got our stringy meat buff still, so we're good there. Don't mind me, I'm just going to take a sip of coffee. There are a few things better in the Icarus world than that. I thought I came back here and checked on you, buddy. Than that crack of a mining node when you get the last piece. I love that sound. All right, what do we got here? So we got 75. So maybe 2 more. You know what? I think that actually we need 80 for the thing. Let's go into here. So we need 40 iron bars, so we need 80 iron ore, and then we need... So that's so we actually just need 92, so we're actually good. That is another grizzly. A big fella's over there. Let's just ignore him. I want nothing to do with him at the moment. We have too much to do. Now, let's make sure that we put the talent point into here so that we did. That's great. Let's go ahead. What did we do with that rock? What did we do with the rock? In the bowl? Yeah. Look at that. I figured it out. This is a good thing. All right, let's go ahead. Put that in the corner there. Grab some wood, put it in there. And then let's put that in there. Perfect. So 15% faster, it's going to smelt that iron into iron bars and we'll be cooking with gas. Now, there's one other thing I want to build here. Do we have any more iron rock in here? We don't. Let's go get a couple more rock. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it. Oh, the story I have about that. Completely inappropriate, though. If we were sitting drinking and having a beer, I might tell you about it, but we're not. We're playing a game of Icarus that I would like for most people to enjoy and watch. So we won't be telling any filthy, dirty stories here. Alright, that's enough for now. We'll just keep on working away at that rock. What else do I need? I need a little bit more wood. I need 5 sulfur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it said that I need 10 tree sap, so let's go ahead and make 10 tree sap. Okay. And then we need a little more wood. What the heck? Maybe they'll have some more. Oh. Most unfortunate. I don't want to get eaten by the piranhas. Let us try. Oops. Please have some more stringy meat. Son of a biscuit. Let's put all that in there. Completely accidental. Did not mean to do that at all. Totally thought I was gonna miss. It was so nice of him to put his head up like that. Let's come down here. Oh, that's a piranha right there. And they bite you like, oh, they're just awful when they're in the water. I think that... I think we're going to be lining up our house right around here. So these wood, these trees actually have to go. So that's good news for us because it means right now this area is relatively safe. And by the time we gather this, he's way over there. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I don't want him to come over here. I hear a wolf relatively close. Come on. Oh, Lord. I am not ready for this. What is going on? Why is this game testing me like this? Where's our fire whacker? Sword. Let's go ahead and have some water. Please, please, please do not burn my forest down. This monumental thing that I am holding here is designed for putting out fires. See? Oh, look at me go. I am ready. No, I really don't want one. Our place is gonna get decimated. Icarus is a harsh mistress. Okay, we got all that. Wonderful. No, let's put that back in there. Let's put all this in there. Yep. Come on. Let's go ahead and craft. It's not good. It's not good, ladies and gentlemen. Oops. There. Let's grab some leather. Put it in there. We don't really need that much. And let's grab the iron. Put it in there. And then let's craft this pick. And do we have enough for the dagger? So yes we do. So let's go ahead and craft some nails. Craft the dagger. All right, let's go see if we got a fire out here. One tree. We're good with that. We'll just go ahead and leave that tree all by itself. Now, let's pick up the pieces. Put the fire whacker away. Let's grab our hammer. And let's repair this place. Ay caramba. It took a shit kicking, eh? Good, we're good, we're good, we're good. All the back walls are good. Wow. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. All right. Wonderful. Let's go out here and fix this. there is nothing worse than having damaged stairs. I highly recommend when you're playing that you get your stairs repaired. Make sure they're repaired, because when you're trying to run away for something, or you're trying to, and you run into stairs that are damaged, it takes you forever to get up. Yeah, we'll take that, leave that stuff there. Actually, I think that meat, we have a place for it in our inventory. Now we're going to create this. Sort, and then we're going to take all of this meat and this rotten meat and this rotten veg. We're going to take and put it into there. Now, normally, you guys see how long it takes for meat to rot, eh? Watch this. And there's a reason that I'm doing this. There's a method to my madness. I will show you shortly. Sort. Let's go get this stuff put into the bowl. Add to stack. There we go. Add to stack. There we go. Do we have the extra torch? We do. It's right there. We've got our food. Let's go ahead and eat some more. Make sure we have some more of that stringy meat. And then we're going to eat some more of that. Let's repair our hammer. We don't need that. Put it in there. Let's grab our pick and our dagger. Now, normally, I just really quickly want to go over something. Normally, I've always been a big proponent of the taxidermy knife. And if you take a look at the taxidermy knife, if you look at the durability of it, it has significantly more durability than the normal knife. But one thing I've come to realize, and the reason I've changed my mind, is because of the yield. Leather and meat and everything else like that is really, really important at lower levels. And so I'm now have changed my mind. And am now willing to, even though this knife will wear out quicker, I can somewhat mitigate that by putting those points in and giving it the extra 25% bonus that this knife has. So I'm going to go ahead and destroy this one. I don't need it anymore. We'll put that in there. And we're going to go in the dark, and we're going to go get some more iron. Son of a... What is it with the dogs and cats and horses and bears? Oh, he just left. How nice of him. Actually, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to do something, one more thing before we go. We're going to craft this. I'm going to show you guys something amazing. We have one talent point. We've got maxed out there. We've got our points spent there that we want to spend right now. I want to go ahead and start putting points into here so I can get these sticks. The stick crafting ability. Where the heck was I? Let's go ahead and take this. Put right over here. Let's go into our tech tree. Go all the way down. I think we took the medical satchel, which is good. But I think now we want to put a point here. We want to put a point into our Simple Creature Deterrent. And I think we're going to leave those last 2 points for no. Let's start converting all this stuff. Max. There we go. We're going to grab fiber. We're going to grab leather. We're going to grab fur. I haven't forgot I got that wolf in there. We got some nails. Now I need to make 5 rope. And then we're going to make 1 small leather pouch. And put it in our inventory. That is wonderful. All right, what time is it? It is almost, it's getting dark. All right, all those things in the background just meant that we leveled some more. Let's go up here. I see that we got another solo point, and this is heavenly. So now we're going to take that last solo point, and we're not going to put it into the low maintenance. We're going to come over here and put it into here, and we have blammo, an extra 25% weight capacity. So it means we can carry 25% more. So that is absolutely stupendous. We also got 2 more of these points, so let's put a point there. Let's put another point there. No, we still don't have that. Okay. Good enough. Let's go get some iron. Let's go ahead and destroy this. Bring that down to here. Bum, 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 bum. Does significantly more damage. Let's go ahead and pick him up. Bring him back here. Drop him, and now we're going to skin him. Certainly doesn't seem like we get a lot more, but the game says that we do, so we're going to trust them and believe that they would lie to us. Although you never know about the UDA, right? Let's go in here. Yes, it looks like. Aha. Ah, missed me. All right. So now let us start. Let's put our wood ramps. Right. Nice. Very, very nice. Actually, let's get this copper too. I don't actually like to collect too much copper early on until I absolutely need to. Simply because at 20th level, you can get an attachments table. A modification table where you can put attachments on your picks. That's what the little square is When you look at there, that's so you can put an attachment on there. And it can give you an extra 25% when you're harvesting again. So the more you can utilize those advantages, as silly as they may seem, well, there's a lot of people who just don't even give a shit about them and just go full bore, full send. But it means that it's less stuff that you'll have to collect later on. It means you can have more time adventuring, more time crafting. And even though I seem like I'm a little bit scatterbrained, I promise you that I'm not. I just play one on TV. Like, why use my ramps here, right? Why not just jump up and down? All right, so we are definitely overweight. Oh, stamina. Oh, let's go ahead. I think that we have... Okay, that gives us health regen. Let's go with the... And we're going to go ahead and eat another stringy meat. Okay. All right, so let's look at weight. So right now, a lot of people actually consider this a cheat. I do not. They've put it into the game like this for a reason. So right now our weight is 158 kilos of over a 140. Let's open up our little baggie here and let's take all of these and put them in there. And voila, the weight disappears. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The UDA. Oops, sorry. The UDA has figured out how to make weight items weightless. And I'm certainly not going to complain. All right. Now, I'm just going to ask you guys to bear with me for a second because I am going to go to I mentioned this in the first episode, IcarusIntel.com. And I'm going to reset the map that I have there. And I'm going to mark that we have a stone right there, a stone deep mine there. And I'm going to come over to this map and I'm going to mark it as partially mined. So once again, one of the hardest things, because there are so many maps and there are so many mines in this game, and that is remembering where everything is. So the IcarusIntel.com gives you an interactive map that can help you very, very much, and I highly recommend them. So one more copper should be enough for our immediate needs. We cannot mine the platinum yet. So if you see, they'll see that little red picky thing. So we have to wait till we have a better pick. We have platinum there. We can mine the gold, but we're not going to because we can't use it for anything. Let's go ahead and use the page down and put this into place. Let's go ahead and punch that because, you know, yay! All right, I think we're done there. What do we got there? Frickin' boar again, eh? Let's go ahead and pick him up, bring him back back here again. I know that some of you may be thinking that I'm acting with an abundance of caution, but I'm not. Believe me, those woods are teeming with these jack-offs. What have I got? Let's go ahead and destroy that. We don't need that. And if you actually take the time to try and skin it in the middle of the woods there, you're going to get some friends. And they aren't necessarily the right type of friends either. Frickin' Moa. I'm not doing it. We're going to go around. Do not feel like dealing with them right now. Looks like we have to repair that. All right, let's go ahead and get this stuff all smelted. And then create the rest of our weapons and such. Then we're going to come down here. And we're going to throw... I'm going to keep that actually. Let's go throw that in there, and we'll throw that in there. Let's spread it out so it rots sooner. Do. Okay. Keep our head on a swivel. Let's go and get some more of this stone. While we're waiting, we don't want this stringy meat to go to waste. So we just take a moment and we look for any floaters. You see that little floating rock right there? They're the worst. If you're running through the bush and you have something chasing you and you run into that, you're going to stop dead. And if you happen to have a bear on you, he'll chew your ass off. So you want to make sure that you check every time to make sure that there's no floaters. Beautiful. Okay. Let's grab this. Then we're going to go back up here. Looks like we have some more iron. Beautiful. Let's go ahead. Oh, the fire pit, we moved it. Let's go ahead and take that. Put it right there. Throw that one in there. And let's go ahead and cook those. I'm getting a little bit low on prime meat, so I have one stringy meat, and that's all I have left for prime, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll use that. That's going to give us, once it's cooked, that is going to go ahead and give us some extra stamina, exposure resistance, and 5% experience gain, so that's good. It's cooking. Let's go ahead and grab those bones out of there. And we'll add the stack again. Now, we are going to need this. What else do we need? Oh, yes, fiber, fiber, fiber. Hopefully I have enough fiber to create this. Crafting. We need this. And we need this. So we'll put that in there, and then we need 25 wood. Do we have more wood or not? We do not. We need another tree. Wonderful. Let's get the fire's going right now. Let's have a little sleep. And now we're gonna go down and get another tree. Actually, hammer. Let's fix this. You know what? Let's go like this. I don't think there's anything in here. We don't really need it for storage right now. Let's just destroy this. We're going to get 25 wood back. I don't know if that's enough or not, but for some reason I think that it is. It is. So all we need now is 20 of this. 20. This is exciting. Let's grab that. And ladies and gentlemen, we are about to create our first Simple Creature Deterrent. This is going to make our lives significantly easier. And now, so Simple Creature Deterrent. You can basically put it in there. Okay, right now it's inactive. If we go into it, you'll see that this is a place that holds fuel, and it will take spoiled plant meat or spoiled meat, and it basically acts as a scarecrow. So we're going to put it, actually I'll put it in here just so I can talk to you and show you what it does. We're not going to place it here, but when I go ahead and load it right now, if we look at our map, it looks like a normal, even though I didn't put any meat in it. So let's go ahead and put that meat in there. Let's look at the map again. Let's turn it on. It is active. So it has a radius of 7,000. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but basically what it means is that wherever we place this, within that space, nothing else is going to respawn. So it means that we actually will get a break from having to worry about grizzly bears and boar and terror horses and stuff like that coming and chewing us. So I will actually probably displace, or I will probably put out like 3 of these over the next little bit. And that's one of the reasons why I use the fertilizer, is because you're always throwing meat in here to feed this, to stop it from, or so that you'll always have enough to feed the 3. Later on, you'll get tons. You won't have to worry about it, but early on, it can be a bit challenging. So from experience, I know that I'm going to place this here because I've placed it here before. Let's go in there. Let's throw our 34. Let's turn it on. And now when we look at it, you'll see that we have 8 hours and 30 minutes worth of fuel. So once we fill this up with 100, we're going to have more than a day's worth. So right now, these things, they'll eventually go away. You know what, as a matter of fact, buffaloes will attack. He was stuck behind the tree. Now we can skin him because we have a better quality knife. And we'll take his 17 meat and turn it into fuel. I know, I'm going straight to hell. I know it. All right. Let's go ahead and skin. Collect all our bone. There we go. All right. So, if everything goes according to my plan, and if we take a look at the map here, we have all the little areas kind of covered in the immediate area. Previously, I had this orange circle a little too far this way, a little too far southeast, And then I had animals that were literally popping up and spawning right on the little corner over here. It was such a pain in the arse. So we've got it in the right place. It means that we should be able to not worry about stuff invading our space on our little house. I should have put pillars in there to make it look better, but whatever. Let's take this meat. Let's throw it in here. And then we're going to spread it out. And normally it takes a very long time for the meat to rot. But if we just do this, bum, 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 bum. Let's go ahead and get some more food buffs on. We can throw these in here and store them. And now we've got 18 more meat to put in here. Bada bing. So now we've got 12 hours where we don't have to worry. Let's go ahead and have some more water. All right. Oh, I see a floater. Son of a biscuit. We've got the bees ready. Da, 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 da. Okay, so let's actually take a little of this iron. I want to build this. Everything has a purpose here. We're going to put it right over here. This allows us to make some different types of food. But the real reason why we want it is this animal fat. At 15th level, we'll have the ability to make a lamp, which will be very, very important to us. It's some considerably better quality lamp. Let's take that out, put it in here again, add to stack. Let's go ahead and add to stack. Let's take all this we've got done, put it into here. Need a bit more leather. And I think that we need, okay, so, we need some more wood. Let's go down. You know what? Deactivate. Let's take 5 wood from here. Nope. We're going to create... Yes, we are. There we are. We're going to destroy this. Put that in there. How many points do we have? We do have some points. We have another talent point. Everything is just flowing. There we go. That's what we want. What a relief. We'll put that point into there. Now we have to go into here, and then we have to learn the accompanying. So you'll see here, granted by talent wood breakdown. So we're gonna learn that. And just to give you an example of what that does. We're in the bush somewhere. We need to do something. We need to make more arrows. We need to whatever. We need some sticks. We're out. Hey, so we have a piece of meat. Let's go into crafting. And then we're going to just turn around and turn those sticks into that wood into a piece of a stack of sticks. And that's important because tree sap, like I was saying earlier, is a very, very important component in the game. So... deactivate. All right, let's go get some more wood. Actually, hold it. Yes, we're gonna need some more. Look at this. Do you see what's just happened? We walked out our door. We came down here. No pigs to kill. No bears to worry about. Oh, did I just damage my scarecrow? That would be epically bad. Now we're using a better quality axe, so we're going to be able to get more wood with what we're chopping down. Apparently it didn't like being on the rock there. Looks like we let the other torch burn all the way through, so that's super cool. Now, I know that tree did some damage here, 477 out of 500, so let's go ahead and repair that. Let's go to here, let's go to tier 2. And I think I would like to create the skinning bench next. So we need 20 leather and 60 of this. Let's go ahead and create that. And I will show you what this is all about. Ba bum 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 bum. We're going to put this right here. Now this is... Alright, so we have this green storm coming in. Now, I want you guys to remember that big yellow thunder and lightning storm that came through and how many trees fell down during that. I mean, it was a horrific looking storm. The green ones are supposed to actually be a lower category of storm. But as frustrating as it's going to be for me, I'm going to actually stay in the cabin the same way we were when we were huddled in there during that lightning storm. And I'm going to show you, and remember, so all of these trees here survived that storm. So we're going to stay in the cabin while that nonsense is going on. And I'll show you, it's something in my opinion that they definitely have to look at, because these green storms do more damage than I think I've even seen Category 5 storms do to tree fall in that. What we have here is a skinning bench, which I've just created. A lot of people don't use it. I don't always use it, but I'll tell you what it does do for you. So first of all, it gives you... Oh, looks like we're out of oxygen. It gives you a place to be able to store your animals. So let's take this wolf. I'm going to carry it over here, and we're going to put it in there. Now, you can do it two ways. You can just drop it in there, right? But then you have this wolf sitting on top of your table. So then I'll just take it and drag it in there. Now, when you skin an animal, you're not always guaranteed that you're going to get whatever comes off that animal. So a good example is the stringy meat. Like, I killed a wolf a little while ago, and I was like, oh, I hope we get some stringy meat. So, and we don't, when we skin those, I think we killed 2 of them when we didn't get any. So when you go into here, along the side here is all the different types of animals. And is that a pug? So when you have the animal in here, it will highlight over here, and then you can select it, and then you take a look, and we go ahead and harvest that carcass. We're guaranteed that we're going to get all of this. This is the what we're going to get. You're never going to get more. You're never going to get less, but at least you're going to get some. So one thing I like to do, if I don't happen to have stringy meat in the game, I'll just collect like 10 wolves. I'll go ahead and process all of the carcasses, get lots of other things that I'm going to need, like bone and leather and that, and then I'll be guaranteed that I'm going to have 10 stringy meat that I can cook up and keep in my inventory. So that's kind of how this works. It's amazing to me that we can slaughter a pug and and get this meat from it. I wonder why they have 2 pugs in here. What else have we got? A German Shepherd carcass, a Labrador carcass. You're going straight to hell if you do that. Oh my gosh. I wonder what that's for. Interesting. Ah! The red part of the storm is here. And we hear the trees starting to fall. Here we go. Let's watch the show, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember, we had a yellow storm go here with way more ferocity and didn't have any of these trees go down, and this wimpy little green storm comes through and just decimates it. Very, very, very frustrating. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We're going to eat this. We still got 11 minutes of that stuff left. And let's go gather some wood, shall we? I think it's 5 trees, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 trees. Luckily later on we'll be able to do something about it, but in the short term it's frustrating. We will be able to use every single stick of this. So I won't bitch too much, but like I said, right from the very first sentence, I think I talked about how I try to craft the area. I wish that what they would do, they actually have, I don't know how to explain it. It's up in tier 4. This thing right here. So it's a localized terraforming device. So when you get up to tier 4, it's very expensive to make. But when you get up to tier 4 and you make this, you can actually set it in the middle here. And it'll go off and it will actually bring back all of the trees that have fallen or have been cut down or whatever. They'll all come back. I wish gardening is a really big part of this game, and they give us the ability to actually take any plant that we want and plant it anywhere except for trees. And again, I'm talking out of my ass. Like, I don't know, from a developer standpoint, I don't know how much is involved in making that happen. But I know, like, if I had a shovel right now, and if I had a berry seed, I could plant a berry bush right here. And if I had if I had enough points in the farming, that berry bush would never die. It would be exactly where I wanted it to be. So I've always wondered if we can have these little small trees here, and they don't grow. I remember when I first started playing the game, I purposefully left some of these, thinking that they were going to grow into big trees. But if they have the mechanic for it, right? They have the model, they have the shovel, you have the ability to plant stuff. I could plant flowers or whatever. It would be really, really nice if we were able to, let's do 400. It would be nice if we had the ability to just plant trees where we wanted. So we could cultivate our environment to be aesthetically soothing. We have well exceeded my expectations today, ladies and gentlemen. I have not died. I don't think I've done anything monumentally stupid, which is incredibly exciting. And we've actually managed to build some things and show some things and get developed. So now I'm going to show you one more other thing. I'm going to craft a sickle. Put sticks in sticks. Add to stacks. Add to stacks. Let's go ahead and put this here. Let's grab our sickle. And let's go down. I happen to know that we're going to need some rope. I don't want to use my leather to make rope, which I will eventually have the ability to do. So let's go ahead and we're going to just use our hands and we're going to pick a piece of bush up. And you see there we got 7 fiber. So now if we take that sickle out and we come over and do the same thing, we just got 26 fiber. So for a very minimal amount of effort, we can go through and we can collect a lot of fiber. I'm going to leave that corn there. I try to leave the berry bushes in place. Ooh, nice. A nice sulfur. Let's have a drink of water. And eventually, what I would like to do, and I'll do it off camera, I promise, because it'll bore the shit out of you, is I'm going to go through and I'm going to try and clear all of this fiber out from amongst these trees. So, nope, we don't want any part of him. Let's try and get 1,000 fiber, which sounds like a ton, but it actually is only takes up 5 bag slots. So I want to go through and I want to collect all of the fiber from in amongst those trees. Then I want to go through and I want to space them. Like for instance, we see these 2 trees standing side by side. I might take the axe and cut that one down. So if this one caught on fire, it wouldn't spread. As a matter of fact, because that one was right in the middle there, if there was a fire, if this got hit by lightning, it would pass to this tree, it would pass to this tree. Leave me alone, bear. Did I say I hadn't done anything stupid yet today? Just hold that thought. Hold that thought. Where is he? Where did he go? I think he's behind the rocks. Look at all those animals stuck over there. Oh, yeah, he's leaving. Oh, sweat. I wasn't worried at all. I very much hope when I post this that you guys, oh, you mother, they sound like they're right beside you. I very much hope when I post this that you guys enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy making it. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Now, let's put this over here. Clean our bags up, add to stacks. Let's put this wheat that we accidentally... Oh, that's something new. So now they've actually put what you can make out of what you've harvested. So that part that's in yellow there where it says grain, that never used to be there. So that's kind of cool. I think maybe they're getting geared up for all the new players that are going to be coming into the game. Let's go ahead and... I always like to make sure I have my food buffs on when I can. Okay, so I like to, when I make bags, I like to have at least one row. So we've got, let's take all this out of here. Oh, some copper I didn't know about. Let's put this in here. Sort. So I like to have at least 6 of these things, one full row. That's including something. Let's show you that something. So let's do 30 arrows, or 30 nails, bunches of nails. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's do one thing of bone. Nope. Yeah, okay, let's do that, whatever. And we're going to make some dye or some paint. I think it should actually be more of a dye than a paint, but they call it a paint. So we need a little bit of sulfur, which we have. We need a little bit of bone, which we have. And then we're going to go through and create one thing. I'm going to have another sip of coffee here. Bum, bum. There we go. Okay, let's take that. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to put those in there. And let's go ahead and make 100 rope. Oh, we can't make. So it's actually 12 fiber per rope. And so that means I would need 1,200 fiber to make 100 rope. So let's actually, you know what? Let's actually only make 50 for now. Yeah, that'll be enough. Craft. And now, because we have this little bit of paint in here, we have the ability to create 3 different colored bags. I usually use the red bag. So we're going to craft one of those. And then I'm going to create 4 more of these. And then I think I'm going to need actually one more thing of nails. Let's go ahead, move it over. Do me a favor, let me know. I've never actually done it before. I like to hear the game, the environment. I turn the music down in most games because I've heard as a creator, as a content creator, that you can get what's the word that I'm looking for? Um, of course, I'm having a brain cramp right now. Anyways, it basically means that at any point in time, if this channel actually gets into the place where it's able to be monetized, that's the word I'm looking for, then somebody can put a copyright against you and then you can get demonetized. I'm not even to a place even close to where I can be monetized. It would be awesome to get there someday, whatever. But so I try to just keep in the habit of not using the music and that. However, there is a streamer out there. Some of you may know. I enjoy him. I enjoy his content. A gentleman by the name of Fisk, or Fisky Poot, who is friends. He is I believe he's from Sweden. He's a gentleman who, if you believe every word that comes out of his mouth, which I don't necessarily, learned how to speak English by playing World of Warcraft. And him and his friend, he made friends. He befriended a gentleman by the name of Fooster. And now he's become a really prolific content creator, and people love him and everything else. But he's also a musician. And he has put some free music out there under Fisk Beats on Amazon Prime, which is my music service. And he encourages people to be able, to play it while they're gaming and stuff. And he has some stuff that I really like. And so let me know what you guys would think about me possibly adding a little bit of music to things. I keep it on nice and low, and he has some chill vibes and his chill beats out there and that. Let me know what you guys would think about that. Other than that, I'm used to playing this way, but awkward pauses, and I also fumble around verbally quite a bit too. So let me know what you guys would think of that. Anyways, okay, so the other thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to create this medical satchel. This is all very, very exciting. These bags are immensely handy, especially when when you go out or before you actually get a buffalo and you're able to make a wagon and stuff like that, to go to a cave and collect as much as you possibly can before you come back to your homestead. They're very, very handy. I'll show you another thing that's really handy. Let's go ahead and just take some of this, and we'll take this. And so now that we got this medical satchel, we're going to go ahead and open it up. And we keep all of our medical goods in here. So potions, suture kits, what is that called when you break a bone? You need to set it. You make a splint. You can put splints in there, your potions, whatever you want. Anyways, so the nice thing about it is that it holds that, so it frees up space inside your bag. But if I go ahead, and you'll notice that in here that I'm down to 7 bandages, so I like to have a full stack there. So I'm going to go ahead and craft, and I'm going to go here. We're going to create 3 more bandages, and I'm going to hit craft. And it automatically puts it into your medical satchel. So how cool is that? Very, very cool. So I always like to have that. And then we're going to go ahead and take this. And we'll go like this. Now, the reason I create that red bag is to differentiate it from the other bags, because I call this my to-go bag. So eventually what I'm going to do, and I'll start off by putting 25 wood in there. And eventually what I'll do is I'll create an extra fire pit. I'll create an extra sleeping bag. And then we'll have that with us whenever we go out into the world, in case, we get caught in a storm at night and, we need a place to crash and we need a sleeping bag and stuff like that. So I'm also going to, one of the things been bugging me here, is I actually like to have 5 ramps. And I noticed that I only have 1, so we're going to go ahead and just create 3 more. So we are actually in a pretty damn good place right now, surprisingly enough. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to repair this. And I happen to know, I just want to take a boo at some stuff here. I would like to go and check out. It's getting a little dark, so I don't want to go too far. But I just really quickly want to check out and see what some of the other mines around me are. Let's go ahead and fill up our water bottle. Let's actually have a drink ourselves. Let's go across here and get eaten by some piranhas. Let's go ahead and collect some. We don't have stringy meat, so our picking is taking forever. Let's go ahead and clean some of this stuff up, so if there's a fire, we don't have to worry about it spreading from trees to tree. All right. We're going to need all this stuff later on anyways. Oxide becomes incredibly important later on. One of the other things that I'm also contemplating doing is, if you watch the first video, I think that I know that I did. I turned off the, let's go ahead. You know what? Let's show you this. We need some sticks. Luckily, these happen to be prevalent here. Plentiful. Abundant. We're going to go ahead and create some more javelins. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the hell was I just talking about? I've completely forgotten. I got distracted by the tree. We're gonna go and check on the deep mines just to put them into our maps so we know what's available to us. Collect. Great. Here's a wolf. I think we're okay to skin them here. Let's see if we get any stringy meat. No, we did not. Sort. Let's open and just store some of this stuff randomly and make some space. Okay. So we're going to go up here really quickly. We're going to check in. Was that a kiwi I heard? Oh, I hope it was a kiwi. It was a kiwi. Ho, ho, ho. Where's his nest? Ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing. Kiwis have a little tiny nest. I don't know where it is, but I'll explain once I actually start killing them. They're quite vicious little buggers. This is a good distraction, guys. Oh, there it is. Okay, see if one more comes out of there. Okay, let's get rid of it. So, I'll get back to the mines in a second here, the deep mines in a second. These guys drop a ridiculous amount of this meat, this raw soft meat. It is a excellent meat. I like to dry it. And the reason I like to dry it is because it gives us a lot of stamina, which is like you know the struggles that you have with stamina. So you're only allowed 3 foods at a time. So you try and tweak it so that the foods that you eat or that you make give you the best advantages when you eat them as you can. Okay, we've got a sulfur. Not necessarily a wonderful thing, but not a terrible thing. So we're going to go ahead and put that in on our map at IcarusIntel.com. Oh, and by the way, they're not sponsoring me or anything like that. I just, I like to promote people. Oh, we're going to leave that grizzly right where he is. I like to promote people whenever I get an opportunity to, and you know, that's why you'll hear me talking about, you know, Floppy Sword and Fisk and Fooster and people that I enjoy watching. And all right, well, looks like we gathered some stuff. It's starting to get dark. We found out what a deep mine is. We found a kiwi. We showed you about the meat. I think that what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to hustle back to our place. And I think we're going to call it an episode. I hope we don't get eaten to death by the frickin' piranhas. One thing I'm going to do, I will be doing some playing off screen, and again, it's something you guys can let me know whether you want to, you know, included. A lot of people get really bored with, you know, collecting and harvesting and things like that. So I am definitely going to be cleaning out some of these stones and gathering some materials. I'm almost 15th level. That's when we can start making our abode. But I have plans for this little cubby back here. So I need to clear it out so that I can implement my plans. So I'm going to do some of that off camera, just because, like I said, it might be boring. But if you want to, if it's something you guys think you might be interested in watching or whatever, I mean, a lot of people fast forward through that or can fast forward through it or whatever. I could edit the video in that, but some people, you know, maybe might want to listen to me rambling and shoot the shit while I'm, you know, going ahead and doing that. So go ahead and let me know. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. I had an absolute blast. I just realized I forgot to get a screenshot for my thumbnail, so we'll probably go and get one of those as well before we actually camp out. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like the comments or if you like the content, then by all means, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Like I said, the 4 subscriptions I got over the last couple of days, man, fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any friends or that are, you know, jumping into the game and you think they might be able to, you know, get something from it, by all means, please go ahead and share. Wherever you are in the world, just love each other, and try to have a good life, try to be great people, and I hope that we see you back in our next video. Thank you very much, and take care. Bye-bye.